Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Tief. And tonight, sample night again. And this is sample number 7, a nice light BenRiach 10-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. It is matured in ex-bourbon casks, ex-Oloroso sherry casks, and when they finish it off in virgin oak, which I presume could be American oak, but they don't state that. It is not non-chill filtered. I'm not sure about that because I didn't find any information, but I did find on the box itself or the label, it does say that there is no color added. So anything that you see here is a natural color, bottled at 43% ABV, and it will cost you around 40 to 45 euro in Belgium. And I see my online store in Europe, also in Holland, that they have the one for about 45 euros. So not a cheap one, but I have did some reviews on the BenRiach. I did love the BenRiach Peter Curiositas. For me, that was a very nice whiskey. And I don't normally like the peated ones, but that one was quite special for me. So I am going to give it a quick nose, a taste, and give it a score. I did pour it a while ago, not a big one. I tried to save some for my friends as well, so that they can also give it a taste. And the funny thing is, one of the YouTubers reviewed a different BenRiach a couple of days ago. And I did make a comment on his review that I do like all the BenRiachs. And when his comment came back, he says, well, he does love the BenRiach, but not all of them. So when I realized that I also still have a sample left, so I immediately went digging and found the sample. So I'm quite excited to see what do I get and do I really like all of them. But I also realized when I went online to see how many of these expressions they have, my word, they over the last couple of years, they have made all different types of bottles, different casks, different finishes, peated, non-peated, sherried, not sherried. So they have quite a number of bottles. And so I went on their website to see if these ones are still available. I didn't find anything. Just the new bottles or the new labels and the new shape bottles. So this is from the older bottle, the brown label, and I will put a nice photo here somewhere to see, so that you can also see which one I'm talking about. So this is not the new label and original one that they call it now. It is the old brown label bottle. So on the nose. Cheers. I do like the nose on it. Now I've quite liked the Speyside region whiskies in general. I like the light fruity flavors that come out. I like the red apples, apple juice type of nosing notes. And of course, this one has got a little bit of a sherry influence, and you do get the sherry influences. A little bit of a raisiny note coming out. I do get a little bit of a fruity flavor. So I get the apples, and I also get a hint of a pineapple, and a hint of something like a lemon zest, with a little bit of sprinkle of sugar on it. So there's a little bit of a zesty flavor in it, but a sweet, zesty flavor. And it's not overly sweet. So some of them with the big apple notes, some of them can be a little bit too sweet. And this one, I think with the little lemon zest brings or tone downs the sweetness a little bit for me. So it is 43%, but I do get the alcohol. If I stick my nose in the glass, the alcohol seems a little bit strong. It seems a little bit more towards 45, 46% for me anyway. And I get a little bit of a youthful note on it. So it feels a little bit of acetone, a little bit of a nail polish remover type of nose on it. If I agitate it and when I stick my nose in too deep. But in general, it is quite pleasant. I also get a hint of a toffee note in the background. So definitely pleasant. That's something that I like to nose. I can spend quite a lot of time just to swirl it around and to see if I can find something else on it. So it is pleasant, but of course we need to taste it as well. So on the taste, cheers. Definitely the alcohol feels so much hotter than the 43%. Definitely for me, it feels like at least a 46% ABV. A light sweetness is there, a little bit of a vanilla note, and then I get a little bit of a brown sugar note coming out, a little bit of a butterscotch, maybe a little bit of a caramel. So, but it's not sweet. There is a sweetness, but definitely not as the Speyside that I'm used to. It got a little bit more sweetness, the more apple juice, the more pear juice. It's a little bit elevated from that. And I think that's got to do with the sherry cask that add a little extra layer to it. And also maybe the finish in the virgin cask give it also a little bit of a bitterness in the end. So the oak is definitely there, but it's quite balanced. Now, everybody knows I don't like the overly oaked whiskey. Quite mouth-watering. The sweetness, you get a little bit of a oak, you get a little bit of a raisins coming out, and then you also get a little bit in the aftertaste, the sweetness tend to come back, and quite balanced then between the oak and the sweetness. Very pleasant on the taste and on the nose. But definitely feel much stronger. A little bit of a spiciness also appearing. Quite enjoyable. It's not as nice for me as the 10-year-old Curiositas. But what I do like is that the balance is right on it. Now on the third step, I did get a little bit more oak, and but my mouth keep on asking for more. And what I also realized, I only put a little bit in a glass, and what I realized when if I put too much in a glass, it gets a little bit overpowering. The alcohol try to be dominant in the nose. And if I put a little bit in a glass like this, I get a lot more flavor out of it. I get the individual notes more predominantly. So really, the mouth is just wanting more and more and more. So I'm gonna give it a quick try again. It's a nice sipping whiskey. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to spend a lot of time, effort, and money on it. It is just a general dram that you can drink at any time of the week. It's not special. It's nothing complex. It is just something that is nice. So my views on it. Would I buy it again? I am not 100% convinced that I will buy a full bottle. It is okay, nothing special, but there is so many other whiskies out there that is, I think, a little bit cheaper even, and I think will tick a little bit more of the boxes. I think if this one was at 46% ABV, there could have been a little bit extra in it. Maybe that extra finishing off in the virgin cask maybe added a little bit too much of the oak notes. But it is, of course, that is just my preference. For me, I would definitely recommend it for somebody that is just starting off drinking whiskey. I think you will enjoy it. I think if you have been drinking whiskey for a while and you are looking for something that is special, something that's a little bit more challenging, I think then that's not for you. But then I would recommend it, but no, of course, not for me. Score-wise, I will give it a score of 77 out of 100, which I still think is quite a decent score for the whiskey. And I'm happy to share this with my friends, and I'm going to see what is their reaction with it. So coming back to my YouTube friend, Jason, I can only tell you that you were right. Not all of them are fantastic. So I stand corrected. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, or don't like, but subscribe. I had a little bit of a problem with my subscription or my subscribers. I thought I have went into the magical more than 200, but during the night, of course, I lost one or two of the subscribers again, so I'm back just under 200, and I'm looking forward to doing a live review or a live stream. Can you imagine at my age going through this technology to put up a live stream? At least I have a young son that helped me with it. So the setup is done. Everything is working well. Well, probably until I do the live stream. But as soon as I do hit the 200, well, maybe 210, just to be sure that I am over 200, I want to do a nice live review and maybe get a chance to chat to some of my subscribers and to talk about whiskey. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you next time. Cheers.